Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're diving into the much-anticipated October 1st, 2025 episode of Wheel of Fortune. Pat Sajak and Vanna White are looking as sharp as ever, setting the stage for what promises to be an incredible night of puzzles and prizes. Let's get right into the action and see who's going to walk away with a fortune. The first toss-up puzzle is on the board. Under the category Thing, the letters start popping up, and it's a race to buzz in. Lisa buzzes in lightning fast and correctly solves a gentle breeze. Just like that, she is on the board with a quick $1,000 and the right to start our first round. The category for round one is fun and games. Lisa starts with a great first spin. Landing on $700 and calling a T, Vanna gracefully turns the letter, and we're off to a strong start. Lisa's momentum continues. She buys a vowel, an E, which reveals several key spots in the puzzle. Her next spin, however, is a heartbreaker. She lands on lose a turn. That's the nature of the wheel. Control passes over to Mark, a high school history teacher with a cheering section in the audience. Mark decides to be bold and spins the wheel, landing right next to the bankrupt wedge on a solid $500. He calls an S, and there are two of them. The crowd loves it. He's now on the board with $1,000. Mark decides to keep spinning, and this time he lands on the express wedge. This is a huge opportunity. He calls a G, and it's there. It is a tough decision to make. Board the express train or play it safe. He decides to go for it. The pressure is on. He calls an N, then an I. He buys an A. The puzzle is starting to become clear. He calls a P, then a D. He's building his bank quickly. The puzzle is playing dodgeball in the gym. Mark solves it, and his express run nets him an incredible $7,500. What a fantastic first round for Mark. After the commercial break, we're back for the second toss-up, worth $2,000. The category is, what are you doing? Letters fill the screen, and this time it's Jessica who buzzes in. She solves making a wish and banks her first $2,000. Now it's her turn to control the wheel in our next round, which features the exciting mystery round. The category is before and after. This is always a tricky one, combining two phrases with a common word. Jessica starts with a confident spin, landing on $500 and calling an R. There are two of them. Her next spin lands on $650, and she calls a T. One T appears. She decides to buy a vowel and chooses O. A few OS pop up, helping her connect the dots. Now for the big moment, her next spin lands on a mystery wedge. She calls an L, and it's there. She has $1,000 in her hand. Does she flip the wedge? The audience is shouting encouragement. Jessica is now playing for huge money, but she still has to solve the puzzle. She takes a deep breath and decides to keep spinning rather than solve. A risky move. She lands on $700 and calls a C. There are two C's. Her bank is growing, but so is the risk of hitting bankrupt. She decides she has enough information. She looks at the board, which reads rock and roll of quarters. She solves it correctly. Jessica adds the prize money from her spins, plus the $10,000 from the mystery wedge, for a massive round total of $16,450.
Oh, what a comeback!
We're heading into the prize puzzle round, and the excitement is palpable. The category is places, and the prize is a dream trip to the beautiful islands of Hawaii. Lisa, who's been waiting patiently for another turn, gets to start this round. She starts strong with a $500 spin and finds two N's. She buys an E and then an A, which are plentiful. She follows up with a spin that lands on the free play wedge, giving her a safe chance to call a C. It's there. With a few more smart letter choices, the puzzle becomes obvious. Lisa looks at the board and confidently solves sun-kissed sandy beaches. Not only does she add $2,500 to her score, but she also wins that spectacular trip to Hawaii valued at over $8,000. Her total for the round is more than $10,500. Just like that, she's right back in the game. The scores are now incredibly close, as we head into our final toss-up. It's time for our third and final toss-up of the night, worth $3,000. The category is person. The letters appear one by one, and it's Mark who buzzes in with the answer, a trusted friend. He adds $3,000 to his total, putting him in the lead just before the final spin. Pat gives the wheel that last spin of the regulation game. The final spin lands on $500, so we'll be adding $1,000 to that, making each consonant worth $1,500. The category is phrase. Mark starts us off, calls a T, but there are no T's. Control passes to Jessica. She calls an S, and there are two of them, earning her $3,000. She buys an E, the only vowel she can buy. Then it's back to Lisa. She calls an R, and there's one. $1,500 for her. Back to Mark, who calls an N. Nothing. Back to Jessica. She calls a C and finds one. Another $1,500. The puzzle is still a bit tricky. Back to Lisa. She calls a P, and there it is. $1,500 more. Back to Mark. He calls a D. No D. Jessica has another chance. She studies the board. She adds another $4,000 to her total. And with that solved, Jessica is our big winner tonight, finishing with a grand total of $22,450. She is heading to the bonus round to play for a brand new car, or maybe even $100,000. Mark and Lisa played wonderfully as well, and they'll be leaving with their winnings. After a quick break, we'll be back to see if Jessica can top off her amazing night with a bonus round victory. We're back for the bonus round with our champion, Jessica. She gives the mini wheel a spin and lands on the G in America's game. Pat takes the envelope and tucks it away. The final category of the night is food and drink. As always, she gets the standard letters R, S, T, L, N, and E. They reveal a few key letters in the two-word puzzle. For her 3 extra consonants and 1 vowel, Jessica chooses P, C, D, and A. The P and A are huge helpers. The board now reads _A __ P _ pastor _. She has 10 seconds. The clock starts. She looks intently. Warm pastry? No. Tasty pastry? No. Then, with just a couple of seconds left, she shouts, flaky pastry. And that's it. She's done it. The audience erupts as Pat opens the envelope. Jessica watches, her heart pounding. Pat reveals the prize. It's the $100,000. Unbelievable. Jessica is overwhelmed with joy as the confetti falls. Her total winnings for the day are an incredible $122,450. What a phenomenal performance and a life-changing win. Congratulations to Jessica, and a big round of applause for Mark and Lisa, who made it such a competitive and entertaining show. That's all for tonight's recap of Wheel of Fortune. What did you think of Jessica's amazing win?
What?
Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more recaps and highlights. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.